Welcome to the channel, people. Today we're going on a trip. Not just any trip, mind you. We're flying first class into the opulent, the extravagant, the "are you seeing this?" world of Arab billionaires. We're talking lifestyles that make your average king look like a dude who just won a free gas for a year competition. Buckle up, because we're about to dive deep into how the other half, or should I say, the 0.001%, live. We're talking mansions that would make Buckingham Palace feel inadequate, cars that cost more than small countries, and charitable donations that could solve world hunger, or at least feed a small village for a century. So, are you ready to feel incredibly poor and simultaneously incredibly entertained? Let's get into it. First off, let's address the elephant in the room, or should I say, the solid gold elephant fountain in the middle of the marble-floored foyer. These homes aren't just houses, they're practically kingdoms unto themselves. We're talking acres upon acres of land, private forests, lakes that make Central Park look like a puddle. You get the picture. Imagine this. You're greeted by not one, but a dozen staff members, all trained to anticipate your every whim. You walk through hallways longer than your average grocery store, each adorned with priceless art that makes the Mona Lisa look like a finger painting. And the bedrooms? Forget about it. Imagine a room so big you need a GPS to find your way back from the walk-in closet. And the views? Well, let's just say they don't include your neighbor's garbage cans, unless those cans are made of solid platinum. We're talking home theaters that rival Hollywood, spas that would put Cleopatra to shame, and enough guest rooms to house a small nation. And don't even get me started on the car garages. We'll get there later. But it's not just the size, people. It's the details. Gold-plated everything. Diamonds sprinkled like confetti, marble imported from ancient Roman ruins, you know, just your average Tuesday for an Arab billionaire. Some might call it excessive, and they might have a point, but you can't deny it's fascinating to get a glimpse into a world where money is seemingly no object. Alright folks, let's talk transportation. Because when you're an Arab billionaire, you don't just catch a flight or hail a cab. Oh no, we're talking private jets that make Air Force One look like a budget airline. We're talking customized interiors with bedrooms, boardrooms, maybe even a full-sized basketball court, because why not? These billionaires are basically flying around in their own personal hotels, soaring above the traffic jams of life, literally. And then there are the yachts. And I'm not talking about your uncle's rickety old fishing boat named the Sea Hag. No, these are floating palaces, complete with helipads, swimming pools, submarines, you know, the essentials. They're basically cruising around on their own private islands, except they can move this island to the Mediterranean on a whim. Imagine waking up to the sunrise over Santorini, having lunch with a view of the French Riviera, and ending the day with a dip in the Aegean Sea. Tough life, right? And let's not forget the cars. We're talking limited edition Ferraris, Bugattis that could pay off your student loans 10 times over, and vintage Rolls Royces that would make Jay Leno weep with envy. These aren't just cars, they're works of art, investments, and status symbols all rolled into one. Let's park it for a second and delve deeper into this car obsession, shall we? Because for some Arab billionaires, it's not just about owning a few fancy cars, it's about amassing a collection that would make even the most seasoned car enthusiast drool. We're talking warehouses bigger than football fields, filled with rows upon rows of gleaming metal and horsepower. Vintage classics, modern supercars, one-of-a-kind prototypes, you name it, they probably have 3 of them. They've got cars for every occasion, a sleek Lamborghini for a night on the town, a rugged Jeep for a desert adventure, and maybe even a Batmobile replica just for kicks. And let's not forget the personalized license plates, because nothing says I'm rich like having your initials or lucky number plastered on your $1 million ride. But here's the kicker, most of these cars probably haven't even been driven. They're investments, trophies, symbols of their owner's wealth and discerning taste. It's like having a museum, but instead of dusty old paintings, you've got gleaming engines and the smell of fresh leather. It's a level of automotive extravagance that most of us can only dream of. But hey, it's fun to window shop, right? Now let's talk fashion, darlings. Because when you're an Arab billionaire, you don't just get dressed, you make a statement. We're talking haute couture gowns flown in from Paris, custom-tailored suits that cost more than your car, and diamonds the size of pigeons' eggs. Forget walking the red carpet, these billionaires are the red carpet. They're dripping in designer labels, but not in a tacky, trying too hard way. It's effortless, it's elegant, it's expensive. And the jewelry? don't even get me started. We're talking watches that tell time in different galaxies, necklaces that could fund a small country's education system, and rings that would make Elizabeth Taylor green with envy. But it's not just about the bling, people. It's about the craftsmanship, the heritage, the story behind each piece. It's about owning a piece of history, a piece of art, a piece of... Well, you get the idea. Some might say it's frivolous, but I say, if you've got it, flaunt it, and these billionaires, they've definitely got it. So go ahead, live your best, most fashionable life, billionaires. We'll just be here, admiring from afar. Now, before you judge too harshly, it's important to remember that many Arab billionaires are incredibly philanthropic. They understand the responsibility that comes with wealth, and they use their fortunes to make a real difference in the world. We're talking massive donations to education, healthcare, poverty alleviation. You name it, they're funding it. They're building hospitals, schools, and orphanages, providing clean water and sanitation to impoverished communities, and supporting groundbreaking research in medicine and technology. These billionaires are using their power and influence to tackle some of the world's most pressing problems, and that's something to be admired. They're not just hoarding their wealth, they're sharing it with those less fortunate, and that's what true philanthropy is all about. Of course, some might argue that they're simply trying to buy good PR or offset their lavish lifestyles. But hey, who cares about the motivation as long as the impact is positive, whether it's out of genuine altruism or a desire to improve their image? These billionaires are making a tangible difference in the world. And that's something we can all get behind, right? So there you have it, folks. A glimpse into the fascinating, extravagant, and sometimes perplexing world of Arab billionaires. From their sprawling mansions and private jets to their high-end fashion and philanthropic endeavors, these individuals live lives that are both aspirational and thought-provoking. It's easy to judge their wealth and extravagance, but it's important to remember that behind the luxury, there are also stories of hard work, innovation, and a desire to make a difference.